So hey guys, it's me Deepak Dhawan. Welcome to my channel Tech Time with Deepak Dhawan. So today I'm gonna teach you, I'm gonna make you learn about something that is very crucial if you are a Linux admin or if you are a Linux engineer. So you should or you must be aware of these basic utilities, because if you don't know, so first of all, for the beginners, for the people who are interested in learning this Linux series, they should know about what Linux is. So Linux is an open source Unix based operating system, right? So what operating system is? Operating system is a software that directly manages a system hardware and its resources. That could be RAM, CPU, storage, etc., right? So your operating system act as a GUI like Windows, right, through which a user can communicate or interact with the system or computer. Got it? This operating system sits between the application or software, you can say, and the hardware, that makes communication or connection between all the softwares and the physical resources that do the work or that do the task. So this is all about a brief introduction about Linux as well as an operating system. So today we're gonna learn about some basic utilities or commands. Whatever we execute on Linux server is known as command or utilities. It's commonly used as commands, but we can also often use utility for these things that we gonna execute, which is already predefined somewhere in libraries or packages or RPMs, right? So gradually you will learn, gradually you will get to know the naming conventions, whatever I am using here in the video, either today or tomorrow or day after tomorrow, whenever you will get my new video, because all these terminologies you must be aware of if you are a Linux engineer or admin. So I'm probably expecting you that you should be aware of. If you are not, so by the time you will get to know. Okay, so let's start the recording of my screen, so that let's share the screen. Okay, so I think you can see my screen now. On my screen I am logged in to Linux server. In Linux we have different flavors, right? For example, we have Linux, Red Hat, CentOS, Ubuntu, Fedora, right, Debian. We have different flavors. These all are based on the Unix operating system. Okay, so I'm using here this Linux server. So we're gonna work or we're gonna practice on this one. So first of all, the command that comes to my mind that admin or a user that is working on Linux server should know. If suppose I am logged into the server and I want to know what all the details are associated with my account, right? So if you are a super user, you can get into the configuration file and you can get all the details from there. Otherwise, if you are not, so what you can do is you can execute the commands, and using command you will get the output whatever you want. For example, here I am talking about the account details associated with the user Ubuntu. Here I am using this Ubuntu as a user. This is my host name. Okay, After this, I'll be telling you the hostname command as well. So first of all, let's focus on this id command. Id, the name, it's very clear. Id, it gives you the id that is assigned to this user, which user this user is associated with which group, right? And what is the id of the group? So gid is referring here to the group id, and all these are the additional groups that are associated, or that Ubuntu user is a part of these groups. Okay, this way you can call it. Got it? I think this is clear. So now proceed further. Okay, so now the first command, I will tell you who am I. The name suggests who am I. So when you enter the who am I, it's give you the name of the user. In two ways we can use this command. For example, who am I gives you the only name of the user. Whenever you want a detailed information about the user, like whosoever, not whosoever, the one who is currently working. Suppose I am a user, I logged in as a Ubuntu user, right? My username is Ubuntu. So I just want to know since when I am logged into this system or the Linux server. So I can use this command. Suppose you have run this command. So what additional information you are getting? This, the date, the timing, since the user is logged in. If I execute, we have a date command also in Linux, which gives you the current date and time on the server, right? Similarly to Windows. So here the time is 15:32. However, this system user, which is Ubuntu, is logged in as Ubuntu since 1426. The current time is 15:32. So you can get to know like how when this user logged in with which IP, okay, the source IP. So this is a difference. I think this difference is clear to all, right? Okay, so let's proceed further. There is one command which tells you on which system you are currently working. Basically, it helps you to retrieve all the information about the system, like what kernel version you are using, what release, what is the operating system name, what is the processor running over the system. So these kind of all system information you will get from this command uname. Okay, when I run this command, you are getting the name of the operating system, which is Linux. Got it? We have certain options that we can use associated with this command uname, to get to know what is the syntax of a command. So every command has a syntax. Got it? With syntax we have to execute that particular command. What options we have? So for that, if you are new, or sometimes it's not necessarily that everybody knows all the options, it's fair enough, right? So you can display, you can get an idea with -help or -h. Okay, I think -h is not an option, or I can use -h, but I think, okay, let's clear out the screen. -help. Okay, usually when we use any switch, when we use the entire name, so we use double hash in front of this keyword. So that's why if you want to use it in a short, then you can give -h. So in this case it's not working, so you can use -help. Okay, so yeah, so this is a syntax of this command. These are all available options that you can use to display the information about your system. So running the first command, -a, gives you the entire detailed information about your system, including the domain name, operating system, kernel version, date, time, right? Yeah, the processor, everything. So if you want to display only the kernel name, right, so you can use -s. If you want to use only the node name, node means a system, system means a machine that you are working on, or the server, you can say, in different ways we can call it. So you can get the name of the node, got it? If you want to display the name or the kernel release information, so you can use -r. If you want to display the processor details, you can use -p. I'm sorry for the typo. Okay, so similarly you can use different things. -i for hardware platform that you are using. I'm sorry for the typo. Okay, it's similar to processor. See, no difference, right? Similar. So I think this command is clear now. So coming to the next command, which is host name. Okay, first of all, there is a file where we have a detail about the host name and the IP address, which is etc host file. Okay, you can see the entries here. I have manually given the host name as well as a manual IP, static IP, right, not from DHCP or dynamic one. So let's display the syntax. There are so many options available with this command, right, but we will be using a basic, which is commonly used. For example, if you type host name, I'll show you what is the difference between all these options. Host name, it's giving you a fully qualified domain name. If you are using -f, I'm sorry with the typo, same thing, right? If you are using -i, it gives you the detail of your IP address assigned to the machine. If you use -A, it's give you a domain name only, but in a different style, right? System fully qualified domain name. Got it? So this is all about this. If you want to change this domain name or the host name, I would say, so you can do that with this utility. For example, get host name, you can set with set keyword, and you can give the domain host name against this command, and which will set your new host name of your Linux server. Okay, we'll discuss that later on. Okay, so coming to the next command, which is your uptime. Okay, this uptime command, it is used to find out like how long the system is running or active. This command has different set of values, right? Different values. First value depicts the time on the server. Second shows how many days the server is up with time. Okay. Third one is the user, how many user logged into this server, and the last one shows average load on the system. It includes three values, right? First one shows the load on a system since last first minute, 1 minute, I mean to say. The second one shows 5 minutes, and this is for 15 minutes, okay, respectively. So this is how you can, this somebody can ask you also, like how you will get to know the load on the system, how you will like measure or calculate, or how will you get to know what is the load on your server. So with this command you can check. There are different other ways also for checking the load on the server. So next command in same context is W, right, which gives you some little additional information about the user along with the same output that we were getting in uptime command. See here, same output of the uptime, but some little different additional information which is related to the user. How many user logged in? It will display all the username. Currently the user is only one, so that is why Ubuntu user information is displayed here, along with the IP address, since how logged in, the time this user logged into the Linux server, since how long this is, you know, being idle on the server, CPU usage and processes, and what is for the command, what the user is executing basically or doing on the terminal. Okay, so I think this is very much clear to you all. Got it? Okay. Coming to I'm left with two other commands for today's session. First one is sudo command. This command stands for super user do, or sudo we can call it as, that enables a non-root user, not non-root user, it's a root user who is not a part of any sudo group, right, or who do not have any privilege similar to the root user or the super user. So it allows that user to perform or to do the task with a privilege, with the power of root user, right? So we have a syntax, we can see the syntax. See, this is the syntax, right? How many, there are so many options or switches that we can use with this. So basic one is like whenever you are working as a normal user, when you are not a root user and you want to switch to a root user and want to perform some root level task, so you have to use this command with -i. So you will get switched to the directory of the root. Got it? As you can see, my user got changed, right? So now if you want to do any task, for example, there is a file which a normal user cannot have privileges, right, to work upon. So this file is sudo file, where we provide a root level access to the users. Can you see there is a sudo group, admin group, root privileges specifications, right? So this file is for providing a root level access to any normal user. So this file is controlled by the root admin or the super user only. So normal user cannot do any edit, any modification under this file. So but I am right now switched to the root user, that's why I'm able to access this. Okay, I'm able to get into this. Okay, so this is how you can typically get switched to a root terminal with sudo -i. There are so many other options that you can also use with this command, right? So for example, you want to run a shell using any particular user target, so you can use -s, small s. You can use you can, if you want to like want the terminal to prompt for any password when you get switched to the root user, so you can use -a switch. Got it? So this similarly you can view these options and you can use in your practice. So the last command for today's session is su, switch user. Got it? This command lets you to switch to another user in the terminal session or on a Linux server. For example, right now I am a Ubuntu user, so let me see if we have any other user already created on the server. Okay, I have a server name, I have a user name Karan. Okay, that is a non-root user. So su commands helps you to switch to the another terminal, right, of the different user. So syntax looks like this: su option, username. Got it? There are different options that you can use. -l is for login, like you want to make this shell a login shell or not, so you can specify that one. Basic ones. Okay, so the simple or the commonly used switch is, or the option is just normally hyphen and the name of the user. So it's asking for the password. I entered the password, but it got failed. So maybe the password is not wrong, password is not correct. So let me reset the password. Being a root user, I can reset the password for any of the user. Okay, so let's try it one more time. I am switched to this current user. Okay, I am logged in to the current terminal or current shell, right? The password was not wrong, password was wrong, so I just resetted it, right? So now I am logged in as Karan. Okay, but my the home directory is same. I am under the same home directory, but my user is now Karan. Got it? So if you want to do any task, for example, I want to create a file here. Okay, touch permission is denied. Got it. So that we will learn later on in next coming session, where I will be helping you with some basic commands like how we can switch to another directory, how we can create the directory, how we can create the files, empty files, or so many other commands. So I think you like this session, and please don't forget to like this video, share this video, and comment your do comment on this session video if you like it or not. Please, your feedback is really matters to me. Please go ahead and subscribe my channel if you are jumping in for the very first time to this channel. So hit the subscribe button so that next time you will get a notification for the new video whenever I'll upload it. So if you have any concern or questions, please do comment. I'll read the comment section and I'll address to your questions. So thank you. We'll meet you in the next video. Till then, bye bye.